No, ma.
Okay, that's the one you said you are checking. Okay, that's the one you said you are checking the recording, right?
Yes, ma. I'll check it immediately after the class.
Okay. All right. So I'll take this session, right? So my name is Kelsey, and I have been a content writer for almost 5 years. Yeah. But in the Web3 space, I have been writing since I think 2022, right? So I have written, okay, what I haven't really done, I haven't written white papers like for projects. I haven't really done much of the technical aspects. I have done video content. I have written email newsletters, right? So I used to do, or I still write for Web2 projects, right? But I love more of Web3. It's kind of unlocks a technical aspect of me and it's really interesting. So, um, for the benefits of people that will listen to the recording, right? I Please hold on, let me get something straight. Okay. So yeah, for the benefit of people that will listen to the recording, Web3 content creation is quite broad, right? There are different aspects. You can do the video aspect. You can do, please, when you are not hearing me, you just indicate, and then wherever you're not hearing me, just indicate, just unmute yourself and speak, and I'll be happy to like rephrase because I'm just flowing as I feel, right? So Web3 content creation is broad. We have we have the video aspect, we have people that do podcasts, we have people that do, I know a friend, his name is Edwin. I think Web3, I can't remember his name on X, but if I check it now, I'll see, I'll send it to you. You check him out. He does spoken word. Like this guy literally did a spoken word on what Web3 is. He started from Web1, Web2, Web3, and I loved it. Like I had to it was so good that he had a lot of retweets. Do you get how good you can be? So guys, Web3 content creation, in fact, content creation as a whole is broad. You just need to diversify. You just need to find out like what's that thing in you that it's actually like creativity we're talking about here. You are trying to be creative. You're not just trying to like follow the books. Do you get? So you can say, okay, I like videos. I would like to like describe a product and I want people to see how they can use this product, right? Last year I did a content for wormhole ecosystem. It was I worked with one of our community members and I just did a voiceover. What the guy did was he did the video, like the video creation. I just did the voiceover. That's content creation too. I had to do my research on wormhole ecosystem, what roll-ups are, what I did, like it's extensive research. And like we say in the writing space, writing is like 80% writing and 80% research and 20% of writing. Like from people I have learned from and the things I have seen, because you cannot put out what is not authentic. That is number one. So it's 80% writing, 80% research rather, and 20% of writing. So I had to do like a lot of research on it. And I did the voiceover. It was actually like a bounty for Super Team, or the Super Team bounty. But even though we didn't win, I had new knowledge on wormhole. Such that when I was going for I participated in the Lisk It or Risk It. I think Lisk It or Lose It contest. That was April last year. When I was reading about it, sorry about that. So that when I was participating in the contest, I didn't have to start looking about when I saw wormhole and all. I just knew where they fall under. So it really helped. And that particular contest, it was just writing basically, but I had to do a little bit of video. What am I trying to say? Video content creation is wide. You can do voiceover, you can do podcast, you can do spoken word, you can do video content creation. It's either you're a video editor, you bring like different clips of what you're talking about. When you want to like bring out a product and trying to like exhibit, is wide. The girl that taught last week, Fantasy, oh my god, Fantasy is doing a lot on X. I'm going to type her name here. Why I'm saying all these things is so that you know that there are different niches. So okay, what am I really good at? Am I good at writing? Okay, I'll be writing. K, the copywriter, she's like a content, okay, she's a copywriter, right? And there's no how you will not read her copies, you will not read her write-ups, that you will not be tempted to use the CTA, the call to action. That's how good she is. So you now say, okay, I have to know how to write. Okay, I can switch to video. I can switch to, there are different spaces. So like that's how I want to, like, that's how I want to begin the class. So like for you that is listening to the recording and for you that is in this class, so you just need to know that, okay, I need to find my space. What am I really good at? How do I know how to communicate my ideas to people? That's still part of content. And then you need to do your research very well. Like that one is like top notch. So today's topic is about content strategy development, creating editorial calendars, aligning content with brand voice and messaging, setting measurable goals for content performance. Right. So now, when we start with content strategy development, I just give me a minute. Let me look at the first week's topic and the second week's topic. I want to like match. I want to give a smooth alignment so that it can give a level ground to what we are talking about today. So just give me a minute, please. Thank you. So, okay, so in week one we talked about like the introduction to the whole content creation thing, and then last week was the role of a Web3 content creator. We talked about the responsibilities, research, writing, the various skills, research, writing, editing, and storytelling. We talked about understanding the target audience in the Web3 space. Now, that one is all about, if I'm pushing, like when I was writing the content, when I did the voiceover for the One Whole project, I knew that everybody that is listening to that thing is like a geek in the Web3 space. Nobody is like, if you're a newbie, you have to go and check. So the people I was submitting those write-ups to, they are all like their own mass, they are gurus in this space. So I didn't have to. But if you want to do storytelling, like the guy I told you that did the spoken word, obviously his target was like new people. And the number of retweets that guy had, it would definitely reach the person that doesn't even know anything about Web3. Do you understand what I mean? So like that's where, so from when you now get to, so when you now get from when you now understand your role as a Web3 content creator, remember that you have to choose your niche. You need to know which exactly do I follow under. That's why you need to like go back and do. I used to tell people that if you want to know the skill that you are really good at, you need to do like you need to sit down and do some analysis. What are my weaknesses? Am I creative enough? Do I know how to tell stories? Can I tell stories via pictures? Can I tell stories via videos? How do I do it with writing? So when you now understand your role as a Web3 content creator, now before you now land project, because it is the different skills that you have, like the niches that you have, that can help you or give you a level ground when you're applying for projects. Like maybe Monad can say we are in need of a video content creator. We need someone that can tell stories about our new products, and you know that you have been doing video content creation for a while. You can actually apply for that role. You shoot your portfolio and you get the job. So now after you understand your role as a content creator, you now talk about content strategy, right? So content strategy, how what does it really mean? Like you cannot just wake up in the morning. Okay, for example, I'm going to use okay, so this is going to be Web2, right? But I kind of relate it to Web3. So we had this event in my school, and then we needed to push PR, that's publicity for it. Now, we're not just gonna be posting picture, come and attend the conference. No. Content strategy. You need to create a calendar. Today, okay, we're posting about the schools. We're writing content about the different schools. We're going to research about those schools, like Unilag. We know the people that went to Unilag, like let's say famous actors and actresses who put their motto, put the okay, I'm a pharmacy student, right? So I had to research about their faculty and included like some nice details about the faculty. Then another week, we did videos, like snippets of things that we are planning, like things to expect. Do you get, like, that's like a strategy. I'm not just going to be posting come and attend the flyer every time. No, you switch. Today you can do um videos. Tomorrow you put maybe like throwbacks. Let's say throwbacks. What's that stuff we call it? Testimonials, right? Now that leads us to having a content calendar, right? So there are various tools you can use to create your calendar. You can use Airtable, right? You can still use Google Docs, right? It still works. You just have to like what's that word? You have to put it in a way that it will be clear for you, right? I think there is this. I think you can also use Sheets, so you get to track posted the metrics and what you achieved with that content. So that's content strategy. So for example, now this bootcamp, you're not going to be using only pictures. You switch to videos. You can switch to like the previous events that you've had, right? That's content strategy. Please, are you following up to this point? Abasi Freke and the rest, please unmute yourself and speak. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm following you, ma.
Yes, ma'am. Following you, ma'am.
Right. Okay, so for any project that if you're doing an ambassadorial role and they say we are in need of a content creator, you first of all, okay, we will get to understanding aligning content with brand voice and messaging. I'm really tempted to use Value Corp, but I don't want to use Value Corp because like okay, I'm going to use I have worked with Glory Praise, I have worked with I'll use Chijams. I have done a couple of um I have done some tasks for Chijams, yes, Chijams Academy, right? So there's this time they had this boot camp in 2020. That was like a while back, right? So what I did, I created a calendar. I understood when we talk about aligning content with brand voice and messaging. Now there are some brands that they don't their style is not funny, their tone is not funny. They have a very serious tone. That's why you need to like read about the project, understand, go through their different context. If you can get on a call with their CTO or their those guys, they have different leads, but their CTO can be like the best, or maybe somebody that is very close, like maybe the community manager of the company, or somebody that has been working for that team for like quite a while. You get to ask questions, find out. Now when you start writing your first content, and it may not sound like exactly their brand style, their brand tone, they can call you back and say, we don't like this thing. You go back and you say, how do you want it to be? Give me a sample of what you want. They will write it for you. See, okay, there's this okay, so a KOL reached out to me, like that was 2 years, was it 2 years ago or last year? And so I was writing about rune stones. That time runes was just like coming up. My guys, I just started saying, hey guys, you know that rune stones. So check. I was just that's how I talk. Like, check out this latest updates about Bitcoin. I can't write rune stones. I sent it to the woman. She said this is not acceptable. She wanted something like something technical. Her voice was how do I put that? um she didn't want any playful tone, like this, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. She didn't want it. She wanted something strict. This is business. I'm talking about real stones. Money is involved. Is either you get it or you lose it. That's what she wanted. And I didn't know. So after she sent it to me that she didn't after she sent it to me that she didn't like the tone and everything, I had to change it. And that's not me, because I am very playful when I'm talking. So I had to let me say I had to go. So like I had to bring out another personality. That is it. Aligning content with brand voice and messaging. So you check out their style, know how they communicate. For example, at Valicop, you see most of our posts. Hey Valicopians, how is your week going? We understand that people that we are dealing with, they are newbies in this space. They need to understand this thing. So whenever we're writing content, like if you scroll down to like some part of last year, I think October, when we are talking about community building, we wrote content about things you should do when you are starting out as a community builder, the things you should not do. Each session we try to upload. If you notice and if you read that thing, it would be like the person is speaking to you. It means that you have to master the brand tone, so that you need to know the audience first of all. Now we know that we are dealing with newbies. We know that okay, people in this space, some of them are new, right? And some of them are like intermediates, and some of them are still looking for jobs. So, however, we are putting out our content, it has to cover those three categories, particularly the newbies, because we are onboarding people to the Web3 space. So, that's why you need to do a serious research on the project. Now, if you are, for example, I used to tell people or some part of people in our community that if you want to start writing like as a content creator, you're not going to wait till you get ambassadorial jobs. No, see, this space that you're attending, you should be tweeting about this bootcamp. Any small thing, this is what I learned today. I learned about creating editorial calendars. Here is one tool that can be used. I learned about it recently. When I was taking bootcamp with Web3 ladies last year, I used to, after each session, sometimes I used to be tired. And this one, I'm just going to be real. I would just go to my ex and tweet. This is what I learned about. I would just tweet. However, the outline of the class was quite lengthy. I would just tweet. ALX, I did the same thing. So from this bootcamp, you should not even wait till you are done. Start tweeting what you are learning. Whatever you are learning, tweet about it. Now you go and research about like products, like latest Web3 products. Read about them. All these wallets. What's the name of that? Let me check something. I think I deleted them. Immortal, ask Coiner, yes, ask AZ, then Coiner. They have like news updates on their, these mining apps that we are here, all these mining apps, they have news channels on their app. You can check for news, read about it, and then you write about it. When you start writing, I think the best thing is to start writing. By the time you start writing, it will become clearer. For example, on my X handle, so last year I used to batch create content, and I wrote something about um one tracking protocol in the Web3 space, and I didn't know that thing actually existed. I just googled it. I created my calendar. I googled it, and I just wrote the content, and it had a lot of traction. Like I was like, oh wow, this actually made sense. It was even part of my pinned pinned messages. So when you start, that's like you are writing for yourself. Now you know that the people that are following you, some of them are already in the Web3 space. But why are you writing this thing? You want to gain clarity, number one. Number two, you want to gain more followers. So you just keep writing. And as you start, you get more clarity. So that is it about aligning content with brand voice and messaging. Study the project very well, understand their target audience. Then you start writing. Even if you make mistakes, the people in the team are going to correct you. You will now begin to communicate with time, and you need to have passion for that whatever thing you are doing. If you don't have passion, it's going to show. You're going to mess up real good, real bad rather. Then creating your editorial calendar. So if they want to have a bootcamp or a project listing, you know that you're not just going to be writing written content. Hey guys, you have to use various means. If it's videos, if it's vox pop, if it's podcast, if it is rapping, if it is spoken word, anything. Think of their content styles are so there are many. Think about it, alternate, uh, repurpose, anyhow you want to do it. You create it, even if it's meme, there are memes. Movies are coming out, extract a particular scene from the meme, add it to put your content. People are going to love it. The team is going to be so impressed. So when your calendar should not be boring, and you can actually take a break. You may not have to like create like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, especially if you are running out of content ideas. And another thing is to follow more creators. Like by the time you stay on the internet for a while, the algorithm is going to change to content creators. So you're able to like track, okay, I can switch to this particular. So you can do Monday, Wednesdays, Friday, so that you don't burn out because you are a human being. So that's about creating editorial calendars, aligning content with brand voice and messaging. That one is very important. Then setting measurable goals for content performance. So there is how you can analyze people that like the impressions. That one is always like common on X. You can just after you post the content, you just check how many people liked, how many people commented. Hold on, let me send the attendance, please. Give me a minute. Thank you. Please give me an extra minute. Let me drink water. Thank you. All right. So sorry for that pause. I needed to catch my breath. I felt like I was talking too fast and drink some water and all of that. So hi Abasi Freke, how you doing? Are you enjoying the class so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the course. You can continue.
Melody, how about you?
Yes, ma'am, enjoying the class. You can continue. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. So okay, so another tool you can use for your content is Notion. I use Notion basically like as an executive assistant. But Notion is very broad in the sense that if you know how to if you don't know how to navigate the app, you can use a YouTube video. It has space for like literally every single thing you want to do. Like everything you want to do. The content calendar, okay. While I was virtual assistant for somebody last year, I just used the calendar. You know, it has space for title. It has space. So you put the the title of your content, then the information that wants to be under, even if it's the caption, even if it is the content that is underneath that picture, you can even put the picture there. All the links, anything you want, you just put it there. So that by the time you want to post, you just copy and paste. So like, and then you can arrange it in days. Like I started from that was in October. Was it October or September? So from day 1 of September, okay, it was October, I remember. From day 1 of October to like um to day 31, I think up to 1st of November. Like each day you tap, it will create. I don't know. I wish I could share my screen, but I didn't prepare for that, and it might take me a while. Okay, it might take me a while. If I can't do it before the end of the call, I'm just going to show you. Where's that my app? I'm going to show you how it looked like, right? So you can just have an idea of what exactly it is. I'm just going to check it out before I'm done. Yeah, Notion. Then I have to join the call with my laptop. Notion. Okay, yeah, so I can screen share. Okay. So I'm going to like while the call is ongoing, I'm just going to check if I can screen share. So okay, yeah, so I can show you what I mean, right? Then Google Sheets, like I said, Trello. I haven't used Trello like personally, but you can check it out though. I have not really interfaced with that app to be honest. So yes, and then we have content pillars. Now, the beautiful thing about being a content writer is that you can explore like different spaces. I have written for like clothing brands. I've written for like fashion, like I love fashion. I've written for tech. I've written for I've written for my school. I've written for like complex topics. Now, what we call content pillars. Okay, for example, when I was writing for the editorial board, right? So we had this okay, like let's say there's a word I'm trying to figure out. Just give me a minute. Let me get it right. Okay, it's like a broad term, like a broad. Okay, for example, now if I'm talking about like my personal brand, yes, for me, okay, my name Kelsey. Now, if I want to do a content pillar, okay, I want to do a content calendar for my brand. I have to do content pillars. Now, I can do number one content pillar can be productivity hacks. I have to use the word broad term because like it covers like different sectors, right? Productivity hacks, tools and productivity hacks. That week I can choose that okay, this week I'm doing okay, let's say okay now, let's say my content calendar for me, right? Week one, content strategy tips. I feel just it. Sorry. Oh my god, this speeding is not good. I can just put okay, these are the content strategy tips like that works for me. You know, day two, behind the scenes, personal, like I'm showing my personal brand. Tools, day three, tools and productivity hacks. I'm like, okay, tools that make me more productive. Productivity hacks, what I do, I wake up in the morning, I jog, I drink water, try to stay hydrated. Another day can be industry news and trends. I'm like, oh, do you know what's happening in the Web3 space today? Like, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, the market was bad. A lot of things were happening. People were losing their money, and men are not happy, right? So you can actually like write about it next day. Like I talked about testimonials, that is also a content pillar, right? So like they are for different. That's for my personal brand. So like for week one, I can just choose to hang around productivity tools and hacks. Week two, I can switch to industry tips, industry news and the trends. Week three, I can go to like polls, Q&A. Would you guys like me to have a session on content development? That can be my poll for like Monday, and then people will respond. The next maybe on Wednesday, if I'm posting like three times a week, I can be like, okay, testimonial maybe from like a work I did for somebody. I'm like, okay, bring deals, I'm active, something like that. Then on Friday, I'm like, okay, Q&A, and frequently asked questions by okay, how do I get ambassadorial jobs as a video content creator? Like that's Q&A, I cannot answer. So that's a content pillar. Like that's like a broad term. So like throughout that month, okay, let me use a fashion brand now. So I'm using all these examples so that I can now match it. Okay, so for example, for the project now, you can say, okay, week one, who are we? You talk about what the company, what the project is about. This is how they started. Day one can be like how we met, like something catchy like that. You're talking about the project. Who are we that week? Who are we? What made us talk about the vision, the mission? Week two can be like testimonials. Yeah, you can do testimonials. So we'll talk about you can just ask somebody that used your product, right? Let the person like give a video review. I hope I'm not muted though. Okay. But don't they cry by now? So you can ask the person to give a review. That's testimonials. Week three can be product features. What are the latest developments that our company is having? Do you get? So hold on, please. Yeah. So what are the latest features our product has, and you just keep please let me check this attendance for yeah. Okay, so I'll send the message. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about week three, product feature. So for example, they launch a new product. You be like, okay, this is what it's solving. That's a content pillar. So you're revolving a lot. Okay, industry trends, week four. So all what content pillars help you to do is throughout that month, you don't lack what to post. Now, fashion brands. Let me use fashion brands as an example. week one can be style inspiration and lookbooks. Like, people can combine. They may not know how to wear denim properly. They just wear white crop top with denim and that's all. But you will now bring in match with this handbag. You can. I recently saw a new way to wear denim trousers that makes it look like a peplon top, and it was so beautiful. So week one can be like style looks, and next week two can be like product highlights and new arrivals. So you went to Lagos, you bought dresses. Week two, you bought it like week one, but in week two is new arrivals. So like you're doing videos, this one is up, you give it names. That time I used to sell hair, I'll say we actually up for sale 57,000. We I would just be giving nice names, something like that. It's just trying to be creative and you just have to be happy at it. Remember, you need to have passion for this industry. Oh. I'm a content creator and I don't like dull people. So like content should not be boring. Like if you do content and it's not like I can even vex, I can be angry. That's how deep it gets to me. Right. Now the third week for a fashion brand, you can do customer stories and reviews, like I said, testimonials. You can do behind the scenes, design and production. Vicky James does that a lot. She'll tell you after you finish seeing the whole clothes, you now see like process review. That's like a content pillar. Sustainability and brand value. So like it is broad. So now in the web page, I've talked about projects, like how you can like bring projects to the space. If you are talking about whatever project it is, you need to do your research. You need to also check out their competitors, because at the end of the day, your the content you're writing for that project, you're actually a team member. So what makes your project stand out from other people's own, like other projects? What is making people to come to your project? So you are also going to be involved in the marketing aspect, even in your content, because there are days that will involve you, employ marketing. Please, if I'm too fast, you can actually like text, write it, and then so that's it about content pillar. So I brought it up because that's part of creating editorial calendars. So when you are doing your calendar, let your calendar not be scattered. Week one, how we started. Week two, testimonial. No, week one, day one, how we started. Day two, testimonials. Day three, new product features. Week one, if it's week one, our vision and mission statement. Week two, testimonials. Week three, product features. Week four, okay, upcoming boot camps, sessions. That is how an editorial calendar, your content calendar should look. You align it so that if you are sending it to your head to check, it looks clean, it looks stellar, and it looks very neat. It shows that you are organized and you know what you are doing. You can share it with your team. Like when we were having the Web3 Validate boot camp last year in December, I created the calendar, I put it on Notion, I I sent it to the team, everybody checked it out, they liked it, and we moved. So it should be something that you can publish. I've said you can use Notion, Google Sheets, Google Documents. Then the next aspect, what else is here? So okay, let me check. I'm still checking my. I'm still trying to go through this. Um, the calendar I created, but if I can't share it, well, that will be part of your assignment. You have to open Notion app. Yes, that's going to be assignment. You open Notion app, you install the app, open it. Try to create a content calendar. Let me just type it out. Okay. I'm going to type out the assignment and send it to everybody here. In addition to this one, oh my god. So, sorry. Okay, please give me a minute. Let me get the attendance for the rest of the participants. My laptop is just Okay, yes, please. You write the assignment out. Abbas, write it out on the call chat and to yourself. So your assignment is you are going to install the app. Use Notion app to create a content calendar using content pillar style. If you're confused on what content pillars are, I've explained it. You can actually you can Google it and get to know. That's really going to help, right? So what's next? Okay, so I've talked about creating editorial calendars. I've talked about aligning content with brand voice and messaging. Like I said, like my notes part here even says define your brand voice. Authoritative. I made the joke about the runestones, how my own content is always friendly. But then the woman said no, she wanted an authoritative. She wanted it to be like, this is a financial, this is like a financial advice. You have to take it serious. And me, I was all joking about it, and she told me no, that's not what. Now you maintain consistency. You cannot come to, and yeah, I think I said this thing on a space last year. The same way you talk to people on X, it doesn't really, it's not the same way you would write your content to people on Instagram. You know, on X, there's how you be like, GM, hey, yes, you said GM, I just, okay, I'm holding a session. See, I'm trying to like weave the right word. GM. Twitter has a particular style of voice that is good. But when you're going to LinkedIn, now the thing is that the message is going to be the same. Like the content of your content is going to be the same, but there's a way you address it. And you know, okay, in LinkedIn, you cannot go and say GM. Who is your mate on LinkedIn? No. LinkedIn is for, it's like professionals, like the 1% of the 1% is there on LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, you are like, good morning, everybody, or hello, everybody. You just try to like be formal. That's not really like, I'm not boiling it down to greetings. There's a way we put, like for Value Cup, there's how we can write something on X, right? And we send it the same thing to LinkedIn, but there will just be a little tweak. Why? Because the audience on LinkedIn is a bit different, right? And the audience on X is also different. On X, we have like more Web3 creators, so they understand. You cannot go and say Wagwan on LinkedIn. You cannot say, did you touch grass today on LinkedIn? No. On Instagram, no. You know it work. Hope you went out today. I decided to have fun after working all through the week. LinkedIn, they like all those detailed. You understand? So maintaining consistency across all platforms is very vital. But at the same time, you need to understand the voice of that platform. I don't know if this actually makes sense to you, but I'm sure that when you start writing content, like I said, you need to start writing content already. You cannot tell me that after the bootcamp, that's when you start writing content. No, you're not. It's not going to work that way. Like I'm telling you from experience. So you have to start writing. By the time you start, you get used to it. You begin to align. You begin to know your calendar, and it becomes easier for you. Train your content team on voice and tone application. That is where the CTO comes in, the CEO, and every other person behind the scenes. Setting measurable goals for content performance. Purpose. Why am I putting up this content? What is it for? So if you don't have the aim for where you should put up your content, oh my, just hold on. Um, okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to. You just give me a minute. Let me send the attendance to the other classes. Please a minute, and we'll soon be done with the class. Like I think this is the last outline I'm currently dealing on, right? So mm, uh, all right. So please, I hope everybody has filled this whole stuff earlier. So okay, so record and we'll send it. Okay. So yes, what's the purpose of the content? Why am I writing? Like the spoken word, my friend that does spoken word, he knows that he's just trying to onboard people to the Web3 space. And he's the host of April Fool show. Like I think in Lagos they have this, it started last year. So they have this like Web3 entertainment. You know, people think Web3 is so boring, but it's not. So he does this April Fool show. He's trying to bring people to his brand. That's his brand. What's the purpose? Number one, he wants to bring people to Web3 space. Number two, he wants people to see like employees, projects can see that this guy is good, they'll employ him. Number two. Number three, He wants people to be aware of his brand, like April Fool, like is Edwin, is this. Yeah, his name is Exploit, Xploit. You can check him out on X. So that's the purpose for him doing it like that. You know, that way projects gets to see him, newbies get on board, people get to know about his program more. You know, it's so, you know, so you need to like sit down. Content, you need to sit down and think. You cannot be doing content in your head. It's not possible. You need your, sometimes you need your pen and your paper and a book. You need your laptop, you need your phone, you need apps. So you cannot be thinking content in your brain. To fly is so volatile, and you know the funny thing, that it's so precious, because by the time you're thinking of something that will click, the next moment you move to do something that's gone. That's how volatile content can be. And when it comes from the inside, it clicks like it bangs, like it bangs so good that you're like, oh my god, am I the one that did this? Take it from me. I've been in this space for like a long while. Now you need to do framework. I'm still talking about setting measurable goals for content performance. Framework, use SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable. So you're going to track how many people liked this content. Not about liking. How many people did it reach? How many retweets did I have? Okay, did this content do well? This is how you can sit down in a month and analyze your best performing content. You now look out for this one. What time of the day did I post it? Yes, time of the day. What time of the day did I post this content? If I post it in the morning, is it going to fly? Okay, in the afternoon, are my followers online? In the night, 12 p.m., I'll be 12 a.m., will it work? So you need to know those. See, you think little things don't matter, but those are the little things. So you need to check, okay, that means this was the highest grossing content for April. So I posted it in the morning, and this was the headline I used. Oh my god. Like, see, you cannot do content without hooks, headlines. They are the ones that will draw people to your. You cannot be saying that one is quite vague. If you want to go into Web3 data analysis, read me. No, it's old. I've used it. A lot of people have used it. It's old. You need to think of something new. Like there are a million headlines that convert. Like, see, I'm saying this thing like from the depth of my heart. So why I'm talking about framework using smart goals, because these are the metrics you use. So if that was the highest like converting content for April, what headline did I use? What was the style? Okay, if I try it again, you replicate it the next week and it worked. You're like, this thing is going to click. It bangs. So you need to, as a content strategist or content creator, you're not just going to post and run away. You sleep on that page, is your baby. You sleep on that project. You check if it clicked, if it did not click, how many numbers. Well, sometimes you don't have to go by how many likes and comments. That does not define, because if you want to start going by likes and comments, you're not going to grow, because you'll be discouraged. So you need to just, how the algorithm is. By the time you keep posting consistently, it will just push you up one day, just push you up like this to a spot, and you're like, what? And then people will begin to see. The truth is that people are seeing your content, but they are not liking it. It's not their fault. Don't blame them. Just keep doing your thing. You don't need all those likes and comments to validate that your content is absolute. No, you don't need it. So just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Before you know it, you've moved. You can verify yourself. You move. People see you. You move. It's little by little. So you don't have to like start buying likes, following. There's no point. You're stressing yourself. So yeah, achievable, relevant, time bound. This content, has it served the purpose? So I needed to put up testimonials for like what I've done. And in the previous week, okay, after putting up this testimonial, I got 3 more referrals. Do you get? So you need to that's like I've talked about pre-content, content itself. Pre-content, that's research and writing. Content itself, that's the ideation, everything, the execution, however you want to do it, to whether na video, whether na podcast. The post, that's how you are now analyzing. So before even you have already set the goals, and you can use scheduling apps. You can try to schedule. I'm not really conversant with that, so I will not go through that now. Yeah, like I said, your metrics, you track engagement, comment, shares, retweets, conversion rates. If it is a sales copy, how many people clicked? When you're doing a sales copy, there is you are always going to have a CTA. So you are going to check how many people liked. Okay, how many people did this thing fly? Who came into this class via my ad? That's how you know if you're going into copywriting. SEO performance, ranking, bank. Oh my god. You need to check. So by the time you type your content on Medium and it pops up, you have won the contest already. It pops up like number 2. You know that this content is good. So like those are metrics. So you can use Google Analytics, you can use HubSpot, and you can use Buffer. I think Google Analytics is like really, really cool. Like it's really cool. And on HubSpot, if you notice that if you type something, they'll just give you something. That means the person's content is ranking. So it's consistency, and you can also learn SEO. Like that's one thing that can actually like help your content to like shoot to like a very high trajectory. Oh man, let me drink some water. So I have been able to cover, you know, your content calendar, your brand voice and messaging, setting measure. Please don't forget your assignment. It's very, very important. You need to do it. Set up your Notion, send in your content calendar. You're going to post the link to your calendar, and like let's say you can do for the month of April, your personal content calendar. Think about it, and as you post it, you are going to work with it. Yes, you post it. I may not be able to follow you up, oh, I will not come and beat you, but it's just for your own good. So with this, do you have any questions? Okay, the assignment is install the Notion app, Notion, install the app, create a content calendar. You can watch a YouTube video on how to create a content calendar with Notion. Since I can't share my screen because like I'm doing like 3 different things right now with my phone and my laptop, so like I don't know, I don't want to disconnect from the call. I wanted to show you how, or let me just see if I can do it actually before like going. So create a content calendar with the Notion app, including your content pillars have to hit the content. Like each week should have a content pillar. Are you posting about your, okay, I'm in 500 level now. So if I want to create a content calendar for April, I can start with week 1, my 100 level days. I'll put pictures, what I did, my achievement. Week 2, 200 level. Week 3, 300 level. Week 4, 400 level. I think you can have week 5 in May. You can splash into June. Week 5, 500 level. Clerkship, hospital rounds, pharmacy rounds. Different things day in the life of a pharmacist. That is what a content pillar is about. So I've given these headings already. Like now, as you see me, my content calendar for May is setting. Like is already setting. So that's those weeks have content pillars. What I'm going to build around that whole month. So create your content calendar with your content pillars around this. You send the link to you can send it to the chat, or I don't know, but once you do the assignment, just send the link to the community chat. I'll be expecting. Is there any question, please? Let me try to see if I can share my screen from here. Okay, so I'm trying to share my screen, and after this we're done. So I just want to see if I can share my screen to show you how the whole Notion thing works. And I don't know if I have to do the call. Please share, yes. Okay. Please, can you see my screen? Just unmute yourself and say, yeah, you can see my screen.
I cannot see your screen yet.
I can't
Okay,
I
okay.
can't see your screen.
Okay, just hold on. Let me like navigate it properly, and let's see. 100 days of gratitude. Did I get it correct? Something. I think I had. Oh my god, how did I put it? Content plan. I think it was content plan. No, sorry, I'm coming. Please, just give me a minute. Let me get it right. Okay, should it be this one? Motion. Okay, please hold on. I'm coming. Oh God, where are you? Okay, sharp content ideas. Home. Okay, this was September. Okay, November, yes. 2023. Was it the one? Let me check. Let me check in the log. Okay, yeah. November 28th. Okay, let me switch it now. Switch to my screen. Oh. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my video now and um I want to I've turned off the video. I've turned off the video. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I'm having quite a little bit of issue. Okay, entire screen, yes. Sure. Can you see it now?
No, ma, I can't.
No, ma, I can't too.
Okay, sorry, just hold on. I'm trying to get it. I hope it's not the most of this. That is doing me dirty. I did. Okay, I'm trying to click on. Is it my nail? Let me try window. I don't know if it's network or because like my okay, yes. Okay, can you see it now? Can you see it now,
No, I
please?
can't. No. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
I'm saying it now.
I'm seeing it now, ma.
You seen Happy New Month post, right? I just missed it now. Something like that.
Yes, ma.
Okay. So I was trying to get to um the particular section where I did the calendar, but I don't know, it just went somewhere. So this is how the Notion interface looks like. As you can see, this title here is 100 Days of Gratitude, right? So you now start from, if we're doing April, see, you can see 30th, 31. So I can click here, right? Come on now, please. Oh yeah, answer me now. Okay, yeah. Once you click on the day, this is March 30th. You can type here, let's say, um, 100, like week one. Remember, if I'm using like pharmacy school, I can talk about like week one, 100 level days, 100 level days, right? Sorry, days. Oh shit, days. All right. Then I can now, like, that's my content this thing. So I can type ahead. Now Notion is so nice that it gives you, you can do see new page. I can now under this the one, I come here, new page. I'll now type first day in uni. First day in uni. I come under, I write my contents. I came to school, if you had a nasty experience, I was robbed on my first day in school, God forbid, you put it, or I met my first friend, like, and since then we have been bonding till now. Look at also my 500, stuff like that. So it gives you that space. You just follow toggle everything. It has the command. So I'm going to be ending this class very soon because like our time is like fast spent and I need to get something to eat too. So yeah, so that's how Notion is so easy, right? So you can tag, you can add a property, right? Anything. Notion is that vast. Like you can create a roll up, you have formula, you have email, so if you want to tag somebody, like I can just type my mail on the Notion. I'm tagging Khaled. You get, so you just have to play around the features. I just wanted to show you people how it looks like. It's quite I'm not happy that I'm not seeing that calendar. I wanted to show you, like, actually I've not seen it. So you can see now from this 100 level. Can you see my screen? Just can you respond, please? Oh my
Yeah, I'm
God.
still seeing your
Yes.
screen.
Yes,
So
I'm
okay,
still
just
with
respond
you.
so that I can. Okay. So now you can go here back. So you just need to know how to use the app, right? So I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Let me show you. Let me go to my home page. Everything has disappeared. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not working with her again. Okay. So this was the contents. If you can see this thing I'm scrolling, right? These are the contents. As you can see, this is November 18th. How I began my journey as a Web3 developer. November 18th. I think we're supposed to post 3 contents a day, staying up with Web3 development trends. 3 common mistakes you're making as a Web3 developer. If you are struggling, well, I admit this one, I didn't really have a content pillar. Like, I tried to make sure that I didn't really have a content pillar like all through. At some point, I actually deviated, to be very honest, yes. But um, I still stayed on course. I mean, I ensured that like that particular week. And another thing was I didn't want to make I didn't want it to be like a monotonous type of content, like only written content all through. I wanted to alternate between writing, video, writing, video. So I just there's sometimes you have to freestyle, but having a content pillar like is recommended. Like, so as you can see, this December 8th, throwback pictures, resources for devs. This was 25th, November 18th. This is a YouTube video, November 18th. Favorite hobby. So like we're supposed to like 3 contents a day. So I had to like schedule in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. This is November 18th. The next 2 days, November 28th. I think that's Saturday. That 18th was on a Friday. So the next day I was supposed to post on Monday. A day in the life of a Web3 girly, favorite hobby, biggest mistake I made when so you can see, like, I can even tap. Let me check if I actually wrote something on that. Oh, I don't know. Let me see if I wrote something on that. Okay. I didn't write, but this was my heading. Remember I talked about hooks, 3 common mistakes you are making as a Web2 enthusiast or dev and how to avoid them. Do you get? So, like, I had already written the headline. So I just know that on December 16th, once I just come, I already write the content. I'm just going to copy and paste. That is how easy Notion is. So if like you see the calendar I showed you, these 100 days, it will just be popping here, like it will just be blinking here. If you tap here, you see the content. Like you can see now this day 30th of March, it's already showing me the contents headline, 100 level days. That is how it's going to be. That's how easy Notion is. So I've given you the cheat code already. Do your assignment and you send it in. Do you have any questions, please? Okay, so for you to know the Notion app, it has this N, this big N with a white background. The N is like black and it's bold. Please, do you have any questions? Please unmute yourself and speak. Oh, do you have questions?
No, ma, no question. No
Okay,
questions.
I don't.
so in the absence of any, All right. So it's really been a pleasure to take this class. Like, I mean, I like when I can share what I know to people that are interested, like to people that are passionate about it rather. So without any more questions, I think we can call this a day. Please fill the attendance, and if you have any, okay, I think I can stop sharing my screen now. So you can just, I mean, so yeah, so we can. So with that, I'm sure I've been able to explain the whole content development and strategy. It's so easy. Just sit down, think, ask questions, ask the founder questions, ask questions, ask the founder questions. Now you know it's just that, and you're going to be happy with yourself. So good night, everybody. We're going to see you next week, next week's content creation class. And yes, you're welcome. It was my pleasure. My name is Kelsey on Twitter, Instagram, Emejio Caleb on LinkedIn. And you can also reach out to me on WhatsApp, like on the Valley Corp chat. I'm there. If you have any problem, any question, start creating your content. I'm waiting for all of you. Please follow us on Valley Corp Official on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. We're always dropping up. And on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is a gold mine. Yes, you're welcome. Please do well to implement what you have learned. I hate it when people learn something and they don't implement. It's very annoying. Then why are you in the class? So do also follow us on ValleyCorp on all channels and stay tuned to our updates and see you next class. Bye.